Happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to the show that is on in the morning. I am happy that you are here. We're slightly less moist minions today. I think that's what we were called.
There goes the weather report.
We have a planned traffic signal at an intersection that residents call dangerous. Counties introducing a new school bus tracking system. A local mom calls for the repeal of Florida's free kill law, and Parks and Recs are celebrating the success of their newest campaign. But we'll get to all that and more just after Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a family-owned tradition built on honesty, integrity, and true community service right here in St. Augustine. Experienced, award-winning service in their state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance, and the comfort of a customer lounge, and the benefit of Ford's Garage restaurant. Right now, take advantage of Ford's employee pricing from America for America. It's their best pricing of the year, extended to you as part of Ford's commitment to the people who drive this country forward. Visit Bozard Ford Lincoln just off I-95, State Road 16, where you're not just a customer, you're your family. They are driven to inspire. We have a big shout out to all of our sponsors. We've got Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, BNS Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy House. Support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. Find us on YouTube and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Help keep the lights on by sending those Facebook stars. We really appreciate that. Our app is back in the Apple App Store with new features like a playlist, link for Bollocks this evening, the 904 Vault, and direct links to the St. Johns County, City of St. Augustine, and St. Augustine Beach public meetings. Take your 904 fandom to the next level with our app. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
It's almost the weekend.
Almost. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're practically there.
Glass half full.
Yeah.
How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing well. Just enjoying my time back here. Yay!
It's been a little tense in the production.
He's been a little antsy back there this morning.
Ever since he got the big director of title, he's a little intense.
Yes, but don't worry. I am still indeed fueled by existential crises.
Oh, good. That's always good to know.
And Blake, no one wants to be Debbie Downer. All right.
It's Tuesday. We're happy.
I was like, everyone's happy right now.
Come on, Blake. We got to get you some more of those Starburst.
Big
you guys throw some stars Blake's way. It makes him happy.
Yes. We're the Starburst fund to keep production happy.
Jeez, Blake.
Big Mom raised me to be a Debbie Downer, I guess.
Come on.
We
can do this.
Your dad didn't. So
we got question of the day, Troy.
All right. Question of the day. Maybe this will cheer him up.
Maybe it'll help.
Maybe this will cheer him up. All right. What comedian do you like watching right now? Like, I kind of trend through different comedians, and I guess it's kind of what's in my Reels algorithm.
Yeah, probably.
But what comedian do you kind of watch like right now? Is there somebody that in particular?
Yeah, right now I've been kind of cycling through Nate Bargatze, Matt Rife, and Shane Gillis.
Okay.
So they're not serious guys. They're irreverent and they're funny.
I like Nate. I like Nate a lot.
Yeah.
So.
He's so funny. He cracks me up. Have you seen the George Washington skit?
Oh yeah.
It's great. That's a good one.
Yeah. We're not going to use the metric system. We're going to use pounds.
Pounds.
Well, it's 16 ounces.
Yes. Great. It's a good one.
So, no, it's a really good, and they do a second one too. That's almost as good too. So,
awesome.
Because he came back to the SNL.
Yeah.
So,
he's a good guy.
And I'm
allegedly, I don't know.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I never can't say that about anyone in Hollywood.
I think he really one of his funniest jokes is that he discovers that his wife's on Marketplace. Somebody shows up at his door to buy something from him. So.
He has a good one about the school calling him about the bus.
Oh yeah. Why would you think I'm okay? Why would you? I'm the dad.
Why would you call me? Yeah. She knows. I don't know.
You got
my wife.
You got a better chance with a grandmother.
Yes, for sure.
And Gary Owens has been popping up on my feed quite a bit.
Nice.
You know, and he's a little dark. He's kind of sometimes a little raunchier than my normal taste
Yeah.
because I like guys like Nate and Matt Rife. They're not too over the top nasty about things. But I've been really enjoying. I don't because he's been around a long time,
Uh-huh.
but I haven't been watching him in forever.
Yeah.
And he's kind of now come back into my. This is how much Facebook controls
Oh yeah, for sure.
a lot of what we do. Is
Yeah.
I'm shifted comedians.
You're getting too wholesome, Troy. We got to
Yeah.
go a little more.
Yeah,
raunchy.
like wait, Troy, you need to get back to the nasty guys. So
You could go back to like the roast master Nick DiPaolo.
Yeah,
If you want raunchy.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm
If you
never.
want mean.
I'm never quite there.
All right.
I'm never quite there. So, Blake, what about you? What comedian you got that you've been recently watching?
So it's kind of a mixed bag for me right now. So I definitely watched like a little bit of the Kill Tony Hinchcliffe, but that's
Okay.
I think that's my
I
mom's.
can't do those guys.
No, it's a little bit too much. Like they're a little bit dicks sometimes.
I mean, they're just mean to people just to be
It's-
mean, not to be funny.
No, it's awful. Like, but definitely.
But you're watching it.
Yeah,
forced by someone else to watch it.
All right.
you're never forced. Come on,
Okay.
come on. No, I mean,
got a front porch.
I've tried that because Pete and Ricky said something about it. And I was like, oh, okay, let me check it out. And then it's just like, I mean, even the comedians, the guest comedians that come on there, they're like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, give this guy, basically give this guy a chance. You're not even letting him get to the joke, and you're,
Destroying him.
yeah.
Right on. I'm surprised you're still watching Tony Hinchcliffe after the whole Trump
Yeah.
thing.
I don't watch like entire episodes, but I might watch like 1 to 2 clips that might pop up on Twitter or Instagram. So it's definitely not something like I have to watch. Like, oh my god, the new Kill Tony came out with Shane Gillis. I'm gonna watch the entire 3 hours. No.
Nice.
They're 3 hours? I can't make it
that
3
long?
minutes.
I think the closest to like 2 hours 30. So it's definitely a bit of a stretch to do, but hey, the once in a while they do some of the comedians on there do crack some good jokes though. So
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah.
mixed bag.
Well, that's a good range of comedians, I would
Oh,
say.
yeah, I think we threw about every possible comedian out there.
I think so. There's a couple in the comments that we didn't mention. Kathleen Madigan was great roast comedian. Jeff Dunham is a lot of fun. And Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn's been popping up in my algorithm a lot, but mostly for his interviews and not for his stand-up, as far as what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's all Bert and Tom Segura out there. So
That's good, too.
yeah, put your shirt on, Bert.
He's the machine,
No
though.
one wants to see that anymore. Come on,
Yeah,
put
there
your
comes
shirt
a
on.
point.
Yeah, and he's Bert. You're a Florida guy, and I love you, but you got to have some new material, man.
Oh, come on. The machine is epic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it was funny the first 17 times.
It's time now for a quick check of the weather.
It's getting better.
That quick check of the weather is brought to you by Bin 39. Tucked inside the St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, Bin 39 is St. Augustine's hidden gem, offering over 95 boutique wines, including 50 rated over 90 points by Robert Parker. Perfect for a quiet date or after-work escape. Enjoy rare wines by the glass or bottle in a charming courtyard setting. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with live music Thursday through Sunday. We're almost there. Come sip, relax, and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Discover your new favorite pour at Bin 39, your taste to discover. And it's time now for Hit the Blakes traffic report.
All right, we got traffic.
We do have traffic.
Indeed, looks like down on I-95 at Racetrack Road. There's a lot that we have a queue for truckers on the side of the road. So not sure what's going on there. But we do have a camera of the Bridge Alliance today. It looks like everything's going smoothly on Bridge Alliance so far. Mm-hmm. And nothing much to report. And there goes a guy in a go-kart.
That looks like my husband and my son racing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it would look like that if my son was spinning in the corner.
Oh, there he goes.
Nice. Thanks for that traffic report. Hit the Blakes. Old Town Trolley will keep you out of that traffic. Hop aboard Old Town Trolley and explore over 500 years of St. Augustine's rich history and charm. Enjoy open-air views of iconic sites like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's Grand Hotel. This 90-minute tour includes 22 convenient stops, 100-plus points of interest, and all-day hop-on, hop-off access. Your tickets also include free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum and more. St. Johns County residents ride free with a full-fare guest. Sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see the nation's oldest city.
When's the last time you actually got on the trolley?
Last time I was on the trolley, I think was probably Nights of Lights a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, we try and do a Nights of Lights trolley night in January each year. We missed it this year, but yeah.
Well, you're going to have to be on the ball this upcoming year.
I know.
You only got like a week.
I'm so annoyed by that.
Yeah. So, no, but the trolley, they do an amazing job
do
with
an
their
amazing
cast and the old jail. I mean, that'd be a great trip for your
Yeah,
for
for
your
my homeschool group.
Yeah, so
I definitely want, my kids are getting old enough to do the haunted trolley
Mhm.
thing. I want to do that with the kids because
Mhm.
we've been putting it off because we've just had young ones that were a little too spooked. But I think now we're at a good age for the spooky trolley.
Yeah.
All right, sliding into our news today.
We
We've
have
got
news.
We have news. New news. I can't say that. That's probably trademarked. Sorry, New Heights. Traffic signal planned for St. Johns County intersection that residents call dangerous. A deadly crash that we reported on just a little while ago at the intersection of US 1 North and Pine Island Road is renewing community demands for safety improvements in the area. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, a person was trapped in their vehicle following a crash last week and later died at the hospital. St. Johns County Fire Rescue responded around 8:45 a.m. using specialized equipment to free the individual. Despite their efforts, the person was critically injured and did not survive. Prior to that crash, a traffic signal study by the Florida Department of Transportation had already determined that a signal was warranted at that intersection. Now, with another life lost, residents are voicing concerns more urgently. One local resident, Mike Goebel, described the intersection as dangerous, adding that traveling south towards St. Augustine is especially difficult. He said the community has long hoped for construction to begin on this traffic signal, but progress has been slow despite frequent accidents. A rendering released by FDOT shows the design for the upcoming traffic signal. On-site poles and equipment signage indicates that construction is underway, with the project expected to be completed by July. The new signal installation is part of a $2.7 million project aimed at improving safety at the intersection.
Yeah, so unfortunately the accident just happened.
Yeah.
They already had it in the plans. It was
Yeah.
already supposed to be
It
there.
was already underway.
And then this intersection, is where that tragic accident took place. Was it just last week or was it 2 weeks ago?
I think so.
I think it was last week.
I think it was just last week. So,
That's-
they knew it was dangerous. They were trying to do something. They just didn't get to it. in time.
Government moves slow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they're getting that signal up now. St. Johns County has a new bus tracking system for next school year. St. Johns County parents will soon have a new way to track their children's school buses thanks to the launch of a digital platform called Bus Planner. Beginning in the 2025-2026 school year, the district will transition away from the current Home Access Center, or HAC, HAC, and introduce Bus Planner, an online transportation portal aimed at improving communication and convenience for families. Parents will be able to access Bus Planner through the web portal at sjcsd.mybusplanner.com or by downloading the Chipmunk mobile app, available for both Android and iOS devices. A QR code is also available to take users directly to the site. The new system will allow families to receive real-time updates about bus routes, delays, and other transportation-related notifications. It also enables two-way messaging between parents and the transportation department. I can immediately notify each parent on that route, only the one affected by the time change and the drivers affected as well, the Assistant Transportation Director, Phil Rizzo, said. No one else will get that information but the people who need it. So I'm assuming that's an improvement from the previous system. To get started, families would register using the same email associated with their current hack account. The school district's transportation department, which serves around 26,000 students daily, says the new system will streamline operations and improve the overall experience for parents and staff. Families are encouraged to register early ahead of the new school year. So I know nothing about this, being the homeschool mom that has opted out. I didn't realize you could even track buses right now. It's usually the Wild West.
Well, I actually, when Blake was going over his stories, I was like, they don't have this already?
Yeah.
Because, I'm the helicopter dad I am. I know where my boys are pretty much all the time. Because of their phone, they don't take their phones to school. So I was a little shocked that they didn't have it, but it goes into more detail than even what I was anticipating with the updates and stuff like that. The only concern I have is if it's that broad, is there a possibility that someone could hack into it and find out exactly where the kids are and some of those things? So, with the evil minds that are out there, I was concerned about that. So I don't know what the defense against that is. The story doesn't tell you, but I'm sure they have some stuff built in.
I hope so.
Built in with that. Blake, you never rode the bus, did you?
I did actually. I think it was I think it was like that weird. I think it was like sophomore year of high school where we first moved to downtown.
Gotcha.
Right on.
Gotcha. When you weren't driving yet.
I wasn't driving yet, so I didn't have my own parking spot, but we just moved to downtown, so and we were in zone for St. Augustine High, so I could ride the bus.
Okay.
I rode the bus for a while. I chose to. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she always drove me. But I was like, my friends are on the bus. Can I ride the bus?
Yeah, you rode the bus home. You didn't ride the bus to school. You rode the bus home, right, Blake?
I rode the bus home. So,
Okay.
I believe it was you or mom that dropped me off.
I remember that now. What'd you say? You rode the bus when
I rode the bus. My whole life I had been trained to wear a seatbelt. You get on the bus and there's just no seatbelts. It's just benches.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That blew my mind.
Well, the seatbelt rule didn't come into place until like the mid 80s.
Yeah.
So I think it was like 84 or 85 or something like that.
My bus was definitely
and I'd
from
already
the 70s.
started driving before there was a seatbelt rule. So one of my first tickets I got is I wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
All right.
I was speeding and he gave me a seatbelt ticket.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, here you go. You can't afford a real ticket here. And I think it was like $20 or something. I rode the bus in middle school. The first day I was on the bus, I pretty much got in trouble. And then I had to sit directly behind the bus driver for like the next 3 years. So it wasn't middle school, it was junior high.
Why does that sound about right?
The one kid, I did something really stupid. And I deserved to stay in trouble.
Sound right about right?
This is 13-year-old Troy. So this is the mature Troy you have right here. So this is 13-year-old Troy, and a kid was messing with another kid, and I got on that kid, and I took his shoes off and threatened to throw it out the window. He goes, "You don't have them." Yeah.
Yeah, you don't say that.
Yes, who didn't have shoes for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got in pretty big trouble, and I had to, sit behind the bus driver the rest of my bus driving career.
I had a guy once tell me I didn't have the balls to kick him in the balls.
Yeah.
He regretted that.
He really wanted to be.
He really wanted to get kicked in the balls.
He was just asking for it. That's not on you at all.
I feel like
someone says that to
twisted my arm.
You kind of got your hands tied at that point.
I know. I didn't have a choice.
Because you got to live up to your threat.
Yeah. He questioned my honor. Yeah. I had to do it. Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got our gas report. Circle K at 207 is $2.69. Sunoco on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard is $2.84. Circle K on US 1 North is $2.87. Shell on 146 King Street is $2.87 as well. Shell on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard, however, is $2.89. Owens is also $2.89. Sunoco as well. Shell on Ponce de Leon Boulevard is $2.89 as well. Gate on US 1 is $3.19. Gate on Mizell Road is also $3.19. There's more agreement with Gate than Circle K and Shell. All right, drop it in the comments what your gas prices are looking like. That gas report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. In trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine Trust, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Available 24/7. Their experienced team is ready to help you and your loved ones get out of jail quickly with compassion and zero judgment. We listen and we don't judge. They make the bail process simple and stress-free, guiding you every step of the way from paperwork to release. When every minute counts, remember the name and number, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. That's 904-822-BAIL, 904-822-2245. Got a live music report today. JC Hatfield Duo is at Milltop Tavern at noon. Joshua Tennessee Worthy, Pierre's Pub, 1 o'clock. Brett Blackshear at Trade Winds Lounge, also 1 o'clock. John Q at Milltop Tavern, 4:30. Reggie Starrett at Trade Winds Lounge, 5 o'clock. Damon Slaughter at OC White's, also 5 o'clock. Carpetbaggers at Fusion 904 Eatery, 5:30. Jolie's at Michael's at 6 p.m. Aslan and the Naysayer at Prohibition Kitchen, 6 p.m. Smokin' Joe Shower at Ann O'Malley's Deli and Pub, 6 o'clock. Van Durst? Van Durst? Can't say it. Say it again.
Vange Durst.
Vange
I don't
Durst
think anyone can say it.
is at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill at 6 p.m. Colin Costco at Salt Life Food Shack, 6 p.m. Bad Dog Mama at Pierre's Pub, 7 o'clock. And Trivia with Blake and Aiden at Gypsy Cab, 7 p.m. Yeah. That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust the St. Augustine roofing experts. Fidus Roofing and Construction voted best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. Wow. From emergency repairs to full replacements, Fidus delivers expert shingle and metal roof installations using top-tier materials like the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and durable aluminum or galvalume metal roofing. I can do this, guys. Backed by trustworthy warranties and GAF Master Elite certificate, Fidus ensures your roof is built to last. 904-355-ROOF.
They do pavers
and gutter.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not going to be at trivia tonight.
Okay.
Blake
and Aiden.
Blake and Aiden have it. So because my trivia people watch on Tuesday, they might not watch other days, but they watch on Tuesdays for the Stoidum stat. So the Stoidum stat will be the same, but I have a 5-year-old who asked me to come to gymnastics, so I have to go.
Well, of course
to
you
gymnastics
do.
today. So it's not that I have to; I want to go to gymnastics.
Tell Maeve that I hope that she has an amazing gymnastics.
She is getting so good, and I'm very proud of her.
That is awesome. I'm glad you're able to go.
Yeah.
St. Johns County mother pays for a billboard calling for repeal of Florida's free kill law. The fate of Florida's controversial free kill law is still uncertain, but a St. Johns County mother is making one final push to see it repealed. Cindy Jenkins, who lost her daughter Taylor 2 years ago, has taken her fight to Tallahassee with a powerful message. She recently put up a billboard near the state capitol and the Florida Medical Association's office urging Governor Ron DeSantis to sign House Bill 6017. Jenkins says her daughter died due to medical negligence after being rear-ended and rushed to a nearby hospital. Despite early signs of internal bleeding, she believes critical treatment was delayed. I was in the deepest grief of my life. I'm a single mom. They killed half of my heart, said Jenkins. Under Florida's current free kill law, families cannot sue for medical negligence if the victim is over 25, unmarried, and has no children under 25. A law, Jenkins says, denied her any legal recourse in her daughter's passing. House Bill 6017, passed by the Florida legislature on May 1st, would repeal that law. Jenkins said she won't benefit from the change, but calls the bill a step toward justice and closure. Quote, "It was a miraculous moment. This bill is heading to the governor's desk. For us, it was closure." The bill has yet to be sent to Governor DeSantis. Once it is, he'll have 7 days to act if the legislature is still in season, or 14 days after that. He can sign it, veto it, or allow it to become law without his signature. The Florida Medical Association has opposed the bill, warning it would increase medical liability insurance costs. Jenkins, however, hopes her billboard campaign keeps the issue in the spotlight and pressures the governor to restore families' rights to seek justice. She also plans to install another billboard even closer to the FMA headquarters, determined to keep fighting in her daughter's name. This is a weird loophole.
It's
that exists.
horrible. I don't understand how they can value a life less.
Yeah.
With these criteria. It's horrible. I didn't even know this existed until this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they fixed it, and and to use insurance as an excuse, fix the damn insurance company.
Exactly.
This is not right. This is not right. Hopefully, the governor signs this and it goes through. I until last night, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah.
When Blake showed it showed up on our
rundown.
On our run up, and I was like, this is really a thing.
Yeah, I Googled it too. And so in this case, it's a mom who has an adult daughter who was unmarried and childless,
Mm-hmm.
and she can't sue for pain and suffering costs as a result of this death. But it also works the other way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an adult child of an unmarried parent
Mm-hmm.
who dies due to medical negligence, you can't sue either. So
This
it
is
works
crazy.
either way.
I mean, they're devaluing people's lives like
Yeah.
willy nilly. And I'm sorry, politicians, you don't have that power. So that's to
it's
me
so weird.
outrageous.
Yeah, it is outrageous. The fact that just because your marital status or whether or not you have minor children, that
Mm-hmm.
determines whether or not you're worthy of proper medical care. That's
And
wild.
your kids are very small.
Yes.
You don't stop loving your kids at a certain level because they're 22.
Well, you haven't checked
Yeah.
the box in time, so I guess I don't get to love you anymore.
It's
It's
an
wild.
asinine rule, and I'm so happy that they're actually fixing this rule.
I feel like this is something.
Blake, did you know this even existed until last night?
I had no idea as well. So that kind of spooked me as well. It's like I'm like 1 year away from turning 25. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have like a kid like within like the next 10 years or so. So what's gonna happen? So unfortunately, if that situation happened to me as well, like you can't sue like any hospital that had like medical malpractice.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean, I guess it would follow. Because I'm not married. Blake wouldn't be able
yeah.
to sue for
Either
me.
way,
I wouldn't be able to sue for him. He wouldn't be able to sue for me.
Mhm.
So
after his birthday. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So you guys are definitely in the demographic that
Mm-hmm.
I want protected for sure. Put it in the comments if you want unmarried people older than 25 to be protected
Yeah.
by legal recourse should medical malpractice happen. That's wild.
I mean, if anyone out there has a reason that they think this law should stay in place, I'd love to hear it, because I'm just
Yeah.
not understanding how it even got into place.
I can't see
except
them
for
on
the
the other side.
insurance
You're right.
companies.
Yeah.
Except for the insurance companies lobbying to the politicians that got it put into place.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can think of.
So as I'm looking at this as well. So this was originally signed in 1990 by Jeb Bush.
Okay.
Wow. So I was like,
So it's been around a while.
it's been around a while.
Wow.
So this feels like, I agree, it feels like a cloak and dagger, like we'll just do this in the shadows, help our bottom line from the insurance companies, and hoped no one would notice. And now, obviously, people have noticed. We're, what is that, 30 years out from it, 35 years out from it now?
Yeah.
So it's time for this to end. This
Yeah.
is wild.
It's crazy.
So let's talk about a win.
All right. Let's talk about some good stuff.
SJC Parks and Recreation celebrates success of Enjoy, Don't Destroy anti-vandalism campaign. St. Johns County is celebrating a major win in its fight against park vandalism. Thanks to the Parks and Recreations Department's Enjoy, Don't Destroy campaign, the county has cut vandalism-related expenses by nearly 60%, saving tens of thousands of dollars in just 1 year. From April 2024 to March 2025, the county spent just over $18,000 on vandalism repairs, a dramatic drop from the year before. The campaign launched in March 2024, focused on community awareness and public responsibility. Sheriff Hardwick, our friend, praised the efforts, saying when the county doesn't have to spend time and resources cleaning up after vandals, that means more money for new park projects and amenities. Parks and Recreations Director Ryan Kane also applauded the public support and urged residents to stay vigilant. Let's continue to keep our parks and public spaces safe and clean for each other, Kane said. Residents are encouraged to use the SJC Connect app to report vandalism and to call the sheriff's office non-emergency number 904-824-8304 if they witness any vandalism in progress.
Yeah.
That's a cool benefit to this campaign.
Well, yeah, and it's nice to have the public help you. I mean, way back when I was Parks and Recreation director, I couldn't stand vandalism and I couldn't stand graffiti.
Yeah.
But with the graffiti, I had a 24-hour rule, and I still have it today. And Ricky's watching, who's my superintendent at the buildings that I manage. If graffiti hits the wall, you clean it within 24 hours. If you don't, I'm going to handle it myself, and I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and then things get bad for you.
Yeah.
But I've always had that rule in Parks and Recreation. Anybody who worked with me knows, because I don't want the kid to do it and then brag about it to the next person. Oh, look what I did.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're doing it for. So you eliminate it immediately.
Yeah.
Even if the paint color's not right or whatever, you cover up whatever they did.
Yep.
And and it makes me really happy that they kind of continued with that and they stepped it up a notch. Congratulations to Ryan and Jamie and the crew over there for stepping it up a notch. And it sounds like they've had some really good success with it. So
yeah, I love getting the word out so that people know what to do. It's not just I hate to see this or those daggone kids. They have action steps that they can take.
These are our parks. So I mean they're for all of us.
Yes.
Not for the
and we're all funding them.
Not for the tick turds that decide to. It's an official term for kids that are bad in parks.
All right. We had a request for that number again. Sheriff's Office non-emergency number is 904-824-8304. Save it in your phones. 904-824-8304.
And Blake put it in the comments also, so you guys have it out there. So
thank you. Troy, how do you want to check the comments today?
On this Tuesday, I will triumphantly trek into the Tolerant Fans Tidings.
Lovely. As you do that, I'm going to give a couple
terrific.
You're right.
Yeah.
Could have rounded it up to terrific. As you do that, I'm going to shout out some more of our sponsors. BNS Signs. Want your business to stand out and stay that way? Trust the experts at BNS Signs, family owned and proudly serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From eye-catching vinyl lettering to massive pylon signs, they offer a full range of custom signage solutions. Their experienced team handles everything from design and installation to crane service, repairs, and ongoing maintenance. And with their fast, responsive service, your sign goes up quickly and keeps looking amazing. Visit bnssigns.com. We also have St. Augustine Handy House. Looking for a custom or prefab portable building? Visit St. Augustine Handy House. Proudly owned by the Troy Usina Enterprises Group and serving the community since 1988 with over 70 structures in stock, from sheds to barns to carports. You'll find durable, high-quality buildings built to last. Delivery, leveling, and anchoring are always free, and financing is available. Open Monday through Saturday on US 1 North in St. Augustine. Call 904-823-9092 today. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience. All right, give us a report, Troy.
All right, I got to check out this guy. Nick had it. Cam Anderson or Patterson. I haven't heard. I got to check him out. A comedian.
I have to pull him up.
So I got to check him out there. Theo Vaughn was a Tim Goss. All right, Wawa is at $2.69. Costco is at $2.69. All right, but the BP is at $3.17. And within hours, it went from $2.69 to $3.17.
That's wild.
It's a weird jump. And Lenny said it also happened over on the island with his. It was like $2.79, and it jumped to $3.19.
All right.
So I don't know what the jump was about over there.
That's weird.
Everyone's saying it must be a very serious day. You have your hair up today.
I do have my hair up today.
It's a serious day. Oh,
yes.
All right.
I'm telling you, trying to catch up on accounting work.
Also, some of the other suggestions is you can get a legal surrogate for like situations that might not. And that House Bill Florida statute was 768.21.
Yep.
And I'd like to hear from you guys if you're interested in me putting together like possibly a 904 like tribe trolley ride at some
Ooh,
point. I think that would
let's do that.
I think that would be a fun
would
thing
be
to do. Maybe one of these.
We got to get our
Go
merch
ahead.
store up and going so we can flood the entire trolley with 904 merch.
Yeah, just load it up. Everyone, if you wear your shirt, you get to get on the trolley.
Yeah,
So,
let's do that.
yep. So
That sounds like fun.
great comments. A lot of fun interaction there, and I appreciate everybody being nice.
Thank
So,
you very much,
You know,
guys.
because not always on social media everyone's nice, and our fans are always so
Our
nice.
fans are
Oh,
amazing.
and stars from Ann. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Ann.
Ann. I appreciate you.
That's more
So-
than one day in a row. Thanks, Ann.
and Ann's trying to keep the lights on.
Thanks, Ann. We appreciate that. We got Stordom Stat today.
All right, Stodum Stat on this day in history.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dun, dun, dun. 1981. This is the day Pope John Paul II. Make sure you know it's the
The
second,
second.
because Pope John Paul I only lasted 30 days,
Yes.
and then this was replaced by Pope John Paul II.
The second.
Was shot on this day. He was shot in St. Peter's Square, basically right there at his house.
Yep. Front door.
by a Turkish gunman, and he was shot in the stomach. There was several other people that were shot. One of them was pretty. I think one person actually did pass, but the Pope went through 5 hours of surgery. He was their first non-Italian Pope in 456 years. He was from Poland.
Okay.
And he stayed Pope for a long time. I think he was our
Yeah.
second longest Pope, John Paul II. He was one of the longer ones.
Yeah.
I know it was one of those. But just when I think of a Pope, that's the vision I have of a Pope.
That's the picture in my head, too.
Yeah, that's the picture
Yeah.
I have is of John Paul
Mhm.
the second. When I think of a Pope, it's his face I see.
Mhm.
And then I think Francis would be second.
Yeah.
Benedict was kind of
He was there too briefly, I think.
yeah, and he was more of a scholar and not really a people's pope.
Yeah. He really
And
was.
I don't think he embraced
hidden more.
being in the public eye as much as he thought he might have. wanted
Yeah.
to be.
I mean, he did step down, so he definitely transitioned.
Did you see
out
the
of
movie
role.
Two Popes?
I didn't.
You need to watch that movie.
Okay.
It is they really did a nice job on that movie.
Okay.
So, the Two Popes,
Interesting.
and I think it won some awards and stuff too.
I think it did too. John Paul II, he was the Pope we got in the year of 3 popes
Mm.
because the Pope had passed,
Yeah.
and then they installed John Paul I, and like
Mhm.
I said, he passed away in 30 days, and then
Yeah.
we got John Paul II.
Was that in '78?
78, 77, something like that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
late
I
70s.
believe it was 78.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, and this shooting took place only a couple months after Reagan getting shot too.
Mhm.
So, that funky Pope mobile
Yeah, that
that
was the
create-
birth of the Pope
that was
mobile.
it was created because of this Turkish gunman. So, and I think Pope John Paul II actually pardoned this gunman like in 2000 or something like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't
So-
surprise me. Yeah, the Pope mobile looked like an Austin Powers vehicle before Austin Powers was a thing.
Mhm.
That
Oh,
storm,
Bobby just said, I'm sorry, Bobby. I didn't
yeah.
mean to steal your thunder there,
Sorry,
but
Bobby.
it just popped up on my side. So
Yeah,
you
me
probably
too.
already had it written in.
The Stardom Stat brought to you by St. Augie's Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right on the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today. That garlic bread's good, though. Add some garlic bread, too.
Blake, I do like the logo now that I'm seeing it.
I
We're-
do like
we-
the Italian color.
The Italian colors, and it worked out well with the Pope
Mm-hmm.
because
Perfect.
He was taken.
Yeah.
He was taken to a Rome hospital.
So we're going to have a specialized Stardom Stat graphic for every day, right?
No, but like that one really.
It did work out.
That
Happy
one looks really good there.
Happy
so-
accident.
Yeah. So-
Got any plugs today, Troy?
We got plugs, and it's for tomorrow morning's show.
Okay.
You don't want to miss tomorrow morning's show. We have Commissioner Clay Murphy, and he's been going through some stuff on some social
Mhm.
media. He's been getting beaten up, and he's trying to retaliate. But we're going to talk about
All right.
what it takes internally to be a commissioner, because he's going through some of those things right now.
Right
So-
on.
so.
I've always enjoyed my conversations with Clay Murphy, so that'll
Yeah.
be a good one tomorrow. Definitely tune in. Don't forget to like us, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube, and we got Bollocks this evening, 5 p.m. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.